Good morning. So good to be here. I've been studying the skies since 1991. It started in Lake Charles, Louisiana, went to Montgomery, Alabama, and in 1996, I dropped anchor in San Antonio, Texas, because this is a great place to live, and I really love it. So I've been forecasting for quite a while, and what I want to talk to you about, to reach the public, reach out to broadcast meteorologists. Okay, what is the number one reason why people watch local news? The weather. The weather, absolutely. So here's what Pew Research says. Television, still the most common place for Americans to get their news. One of the most preferred sources, local news. Local news specifically. It's very important. See, local TV average audience for late night time slots has the only one of seeing a bit of a change in the last year. And it was only 7%. And that's mainly because of Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, right? Everyone's binging in those primetime hours. So that was the only hit we've taken in local TV news. According to Gallup, do you trust the news? This is the big one for 2023, right? 34% of people questioned have a great deal of trust in the media. Two-thirds, that means two-thirds of people, when they're watching the news, don't believe it. Two-thirds. And we know why. Government, politicians, politics, scandals in DC. That's why. The difference here is local news. And what I'm here to explain to you, that the number one reason people are watching local news for years, it has not changed, is the weather. That when people, viewers, will say, if threatening weather is going to hit my home, my neighborhood, affect my family, I'm tuning in every time. And local weather cannot be political. That's the beauty of it. There's no debating it. There's no opinions. This is what it is. Here's what's happening. Here's how long it's going to last. Here's how bad it's going to be. The technology's never been better. So there's no debate. There's no politics. It's straightforward. There's no team to fight against. When you're tuning into local weather, viewers are relying on their local broadcast meteorologists to keep them safe. It's a life-threatening situation. Mother Nature has a tendency of getting our attention quite easily when it comes to weather. It doesn't discriminate, right? It doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates or you woke up under a bridge. A hurricane will affect both the same way. So broadcast meteorologists like myself has the best technology at our fingertips, groundbreaking technology that's able to keep people ahead of storms like never before. That has given us accuracy like never before. And that makes a difference, because what this all leads to is trust. I mean, when we have all this technology at our fingertips, so do you. You have access to all the same model information, but you don't have me to explain it. You don't have me, who has been here 27 years and understands weather patterns in South Texas and this topography, this climate, and all of those factors that come into play. So trust is established with viewers. And that's why, if you want to reach people, you reach out to us, because people trust us more than anyone else on that news set. And we're the only ones on that set asked to predict the future, right? I mean, the sports guy always gives me a hard time. I say, well, why don't you predict the Spurs score for Friday night's game? 40% chance that it's going to be 98-93, right? When this happens, this trust is established, like I said, when there's a tornado threatening a neighborhood and a family is huddled around an iPad or a phone and watching my live coverage. I now have their trust for life. I'm also the one who goes to their sons and daughters' school, so that when they come home from school, they say, Bill Taylor came to my school today. It was incredible to learn about hailstorms and how tornadoes form. So it becomes a trust factor that you can lean into and use us for. And my colleagues here did a great job of explaining, do the work for us. I say us because of the newsroom. My first degree was in journalism before I started studying meteorology. So I have a lot of knowledge in what makes a story. And you know what it is today more than anything else? It's what gets people's attention. You have so many things competing for your attention. We want to grab your attention for a few minutes. 2 to 3 minutes at a time. That's the average length of a story. That's actually my newscast, or my weathercast within a newscast, is 3 to 3.5 minutes. on average. Now, if there's light threatening weather, we're on till it's over. An average news story, 1.5 to 2 minutes, if it's good. Okay, 1.5 to 2 minutes. That's all you've got. And the legwork, very important, not just to call and say, y'all should do a story on that. No. I've got someone who experienced the first solar eclipse in San Antonio, the first time they have a great story to tell you. We want the people. And if you have the legwork and you have it set up, you've got the person. It's fantastic. So it's trust with the public, but then there's also trust in the newsroom. For someone like me that's been there almost 30 years, there's only a few of us. We have a high turnover of producers. We have a high turnover of anchors and reporters, a lot of young people that are new to the area. So when I walk in the newsroom and talk about, hey, we really need to cover this story, or, hey, I've got a story idea for Thursday. Well, they're going to listen to me a little bit more because of my length of time here, my trust in that newsroom. So that makes a difference too. And generally speaking, meteorologists have probably the longest tenure at most television stations. I think that's what you'll find across the nation, that most of us stay where we like and enjoy, because once we can get the handle on forecasting that weather, we don't want to try another one. It's like, I grew up in the Northeast. I'm glad I don't have to forecast snow and snow totals. That is, that's dangerous territory. So trust with the public, trust with producers in the newsroom. Okay. I know that we have the annular, or some of our young producers have actually written, I know it, the annual eclipse. I know you have seen it. Annular, say it with me, spell it out. The total in 7 months, but when is the total eclipse of the heart? Thank you, guys.